Good evening, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of the official ARK podcast number 220. My name's Coach Mistletoe, and I'm here live with the core team. Your host for tonight, as always, the one and only Mr. Atlas. Please take it away, sir.
Thank you for the introduction, Coach Brad. Oh, sorry, Coach Mistletoe. My apologies there. Folks, welcome back to another edition of the ARK Daily Podcast, June 8th, number 220. Wow, time flies. When you're busy, you're having fun here on the ARK, folks. And boy, what a busy day it has been. We're going to keep the podcast very short as we have to get back to do some business. But we have to be here. We want to be here. We're very, very excited. And we thank everyone really for their commitment, their support, their unwavering loyalty, and patience overall. When it comes to investing, patience is always the wise way to operate. We understand that right now, let's go ahead and bring it up. Let's see your statistics, folks. Let me turn that one off and get the right one up. Let's see the stats. We have 5,425 total ARK Vault accounts. Liquidity on PCS, 190,654 BUSD. IOC reserves, 300,461 BUSD. And the price of ARK, it's 101. Folks, this is it. This is the time. Dry powder galore. For the sentiment, I think for the psychology and understanding the mindset of folks, we have, I believe, made every right decision to do a optimization of the foundation to ensure that the heinous debacle that occurred with folks panicking to save, their $50 over in the foundation, they would be causing harm to the whole protocol, to a community that has been very calm, cool, collected, very patient, and has really given the team the time to produce the mobile application. Now as we come and we onboard the on-off ramps, understand these are banks, folks. They work at their pace. Integrations have certain approvals. There's KYC. There's licensing that we've had to go through. This has been nothing short, I think, of really a miracle. What this team's been able to accomplish is such a short amount of time. Not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying the amount of time that we've been able to get this far is amazing. Most serious DeFi projects, you can ask, our own very own DeFi expert here, Z, they don't start utility until at least a year. This is not just plug and play and let's go out. And it's about identifying the opportunities and then going out there, establishing the relationships, making yourself suitable to interconnect and sit at the table with the big boys and get connected and do the deals. But you have to build it out and you have to go through the process. We'd love to come here and tell you, hey, it's coming tomorrow. It's going to be this hour. If till it's completely tested, integrated, plugged in, and ready to go, we're not going to play that game, and we're not going to falsely advertise an exact day or moment. I think you've grown to see how the folks here at ARK operate and how we deliver quality products. We accept nothing less than top notch, top grade. And again, we thank you all for your patience, but the price is at a balance. Here is the point. Doing a lot of research on ILC and looking at those liabilities, understanding right now, folks, that it's slowed down so much on the sales. We're tracking every single day that we're at a point where we need to find that balance. If the buys don't come in and we don't fight for this price, then it's just, there's nothing really here we can do, folks. We can't go do AMAs if we don't have the products to go and show, to prove what the ARK has been able to achieve. So I think we need some foresight. I think we need to have some faith, some hope, some belief And for those that can, go out there and bring other investors. I mean, max wallets right now, folks, at $4,000, not $25K. The opportunity is there for us. And the smart money that's going to take advantage of it, that's going to take that risk of buying a dip, is the one that's going to hold a reward. But it's not just about a couple of whales or a few people. I think it comes down to every single one of us. We're getting a lot of DMs, a lot of questions, a lot of emails even. And it's strange to see how folks are really, sitting on their hands and not wanting to invest and add to their investment, which I understand that it's just feeding into the fear. And unfortunately, the ones that do make a decision that are going to rally are going to have the opportunity, but we can't force people to invest. That has to come from every investor's mindset, from their own decision. And that's what's going to dictate here the success or failure. The system will not die. It's not something that is going to be next week completely out of liquidity. We do understand there will be new investors coming in through the presentations happening on Zoom, through the AMAs when we have our products. We're confident. It's just a matter of how low the price goes. We would love it to be here. We would love this price to stay almost like a stable coin, a BUSD, a USDT, a USDC, DAI, whatever you want to call it. I think it's a good psychological level. People generally like round numbers, and they can understand the stable. And if we could find a stable dynamic range here, like we had at 571, I think would be very, very appealing to new investors, especially to James at the water cooler, to the average Joe and Jane that we're going to be, knocking on their door and speaking with them and showing them the opportunity. Because whether folks here understand it or they don't, there's going to be so many that will, and they will see the opportunity. They will be able to see that history, in a sense, is repeating. And if we had almost 6 months of a very stable dynamic range and growth, that this team was able to achieve that this community was able to find that balance in a system that's growing, that's just printing and paying out every single day, there is no doubt in my mind that we're going to achieve that again. Zero doubts. It's just a matter of where is the floor. And we have not pushed people and said, guys, this is it. Go in DCA. As we understood that there was still some psychological hurdles. We needed to cross over the hurdle of optimizing the foundation and bringing back the security and safety of that sustainability on the long term. We've done that. And I want to let everyone here know, folks, this is the time. If the price falls lower than here, it's going to be a lot tougher. But we will find our balance. It's just a matter of when and where and how everyone's able to pitch in, or the strong, the mighty, the faithful, the loyal, and those that have that opportunity to DCA. They're going to have very, very happy days. Spark price pool is at 685.60 ARK. We're going to find a 208th Spark price winner here today live. And we're also going to see who the MVP is. They've taken home 10% of that. I actually took a look, and it wasn't very impressive, folks. I think it was just around $346. So there's absolutely, the ILC is doing all the buys now, and paying out everybody that's just cashing out. So we need to see that momentum. If folks want to drag their feet, this is not the time for it. We're all in the same boat, and we're all facing the same consequences. It's just going to be a lot harder later down the road to find a stability, as we will go on the massive campaign when we have our products going out there and showing the chart in the way it is. I think at this point it's really useless. We need to bring more to the table, and I think that most logical, intelligent folks would agree with us. Spend the money when you have something to show. These are products that everyone can use every single day in crypto, and that is going to bring the revenue back to support. So the rest of the folks that are feeling sorry for themselves and moping around, they're going to understand that this team has been able to bring to the table utility the way no one's done it before. And of course, once that happens, we all know everybody's going to clap, everybody's going to come back, everybody's going to be super excited again. But I believe that we can be stronger and have more of a sense of being a smart investor and having that patience. So that's it for my rant today. I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Brett Nordine. I hope you're doing well, sir. I know we've been extremely busy today, meeting after meeting, and we still have some work. We're going to be very quick today as we have to get back to the things we're doing before we come on.
Absolutely. Yeah, just to add to what you were mentioning, if you look at the tokenomics, nothing's changed. We haven't minted, and actually the ARK vault balance has been propped up because we put the 130,000 from the pre-seed round, and everybody put in their ARK tokens into that contract. They went right into the tax vault. So we also had everything going into the LSA. If you're depositing ARK into the LSA, that also goes into the tax vault. So from a tokenomic standpoint, we're very, very healthy. ILC at 300K, not shabby at all. I think we were around the 350 or so, maybe, in that range or so when we were messing around with the pre-seed. So we really haven't, given up much. So that's been kind of taken from the price. So people that are taking profits or, selling their ArkFi tokens, they've moved it down, but now we have a chance to really rally and I think come back. And because the liquidity is lower, the price can react much faster. So I think people are going to be surprised. These, ROI dApps go in cycles. We've seen this before. We're just living out another cycle. And as you mentioned, with the launch of the utilities, along with the Zoom call for a really nice recovery, we just have to get, that momentum going. Once that momentum starts, we know how the emotions can kick back the other way, just as extreme they went the other direction. So we fixed the problems that contributed to the price decrease, or a more rapid price decrease, if you want to say it that way. And we're ready to scale. So I think we couldn't do anything much different or better at this point in time. Things take time to develop. I saw, Alex posting in the secret DAO, about him waiting on, the bank to get back to him to finish up the on and off ramp. So that's just kind of where we are in the cycle. We're just sort of, we've pushed the pedal as hard as we can on our end. We're just waiting a little bit to finish some things up and get those things launched. The Zoom presentations, I know that the team of presenters, as well as Bizy Dips, who's helping us kind of manage all of that, that process takes some time to get these presenters acclimated. And there's not a lot of other projects that are doing that, at least not a DeFi project like this that I've seen that has scheduled Zoom presentations and really supports the syndicate leaders that are out there sending people or trying to onboard people. So we have some infrastructure, I think, that's really going to help us down the road. It's going to help us scale. It's going to help us recover from this downturn. And it can happen quite quickly. But yeah, we do need to see those buys coming back in. I think we can hold this level based on, the tokenomics and the ILC reserves that we have. But we're going to need to see some buys coming in and some sideways action to help support that. So that's about it on my end. Yeah, we've had, I don't think my phone almost died a little bit ago. We've been on the phone all day. ArkNet, ArkFi projects, DVPN, all of that stuff. We're just grinding really hard. Atlas mentioned, I think yesterday, it may have been that, we're accelerating our migration also to Polygon and ArkG. So you're going to see more to come from that, but that's also taking a priority and taking time up as well. So, we have a limited amount of resources, but we're really stretching those as hard and as fast as we can to help deliver to everyone here, because we know how important it is to keep those roadmap milestones moving and also deliver on those utilities. So that's the focus.
Yes, sir. This is the time. It is right now. So thank you for that, Mr. Brett. And let's go ahead and turn it over to Coach Mistletoe. He's got something special lined up for us today. It's all yours, sir.
We do have Coach Brad in the house.
Okay, Coach Brad, welcome aboard, sir. It is time for the all aboard.
Thank you. So today we have another video from Crypto Fergie. We haven't done all aboard every day this week. There's been lots of updates and lots of questions from the community to go over, and we prioritize that over the all aboard. Very important to interact with the community as we always do. So this video
Brad,
is...
I think we were going to do Deshaun just because he's actually here and it's covering the LSA and everything like that. My apologies. I thought that's what we were going to do.
No problem. Just give me a minute. I just need to change the video in the bot. It will just take me a minute here.
All aboard! We've been meaning to show that video, and it's just the last couple days we've been so busy.
Yeah, I've had one from Crypto Fergie and one from Deshaun. Deshaun waiting to go. But yep, if we're doing Deshaun, then you load.
Yeah, the Fergie video 5 days ago, we actually already did that one.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, it's a good job you told me then.
I can just jump in quick and preface the video while Brad does his magic. Can't wait for the onboarding, offboarding. Actually been waiting for some money to come through so I can top off my LSAs. I'll finish off probably one silver tonight, another silver tomorrow, do a little DCA, but with the limited options I have, it's at least a 7-day wait. It seems like forever. And then on this one, just quick, it is all about LSA and my strategy. A little bit different than some folks. I'm trying, or I guess am building an army of the smaller NFTs. I like the idea of having multiple NFTs available versus, I guess, focusing on the larger ones. So that's kind of my strategy you'll see in this video. And then just one other key thing, just hold on to the end and added a little bit extra on this one. And then this video is less scripted than my normal ones. It's more off the cuff. And I think in the future, I'll have more off the cuff videos, especially when we start to launch all of the utilities and promote the utilities, which I can't wait for. And that's about it. Thanks.
Awesome. Great introduction. Well, nothing left for me to say, sir. I will play the video. If you want to pause it at any point, just let me know and, we can discuss.
All right. Welcome back, Ark family. In this video, I'm going to provide an update to my 5 little duck strategy. It's being updated into the 5 little LSAs. Now, I'm not changing it because I don't believe in the foundation. On the contrary, I think the new optimizations are good, and I especially like the updated distribution if you cash out. Think of it kind of as a built-in vault DCA while still being able to take out profit. I really love this idea. And right now, the rewards are pretty good, and the opportunity to make money with price appreciation is definitely there. However, the introduction of the LSA and the potential of legacy NFTs, I cannot pass up on this opportunity. And the way the LSA functions make this the most appealing thing going on right now for Ark. So, before we get going, let's hit the obligatory PSA. I am not a financial advisor. Nothing in this video should be construed as financial advice. In this video, I am documenting my own journey. It is my opinion and it is for entertainment purposes only. Alright guys, so the basic premise of the foundation hasn't changed, right? It's still a DeFi savings account. It still allows us to pair our BUSD and ARK to form bond, which adds liquidity. But let's take a look at the contract enhancements. So we'll scroll down and we'll just go through these. So in order to eliminate the cascading effect of a bank run, or the scenario that we recently had when people pulled their foundation, let's take a look. 1. When only BUSD is deposited into the foundation, the standard 13% ARK buy tax will be applied to the ARK purchase for the bond pairing. All right. Number 2. When only ARK is deposited into the foundation, the standard 13% ARK sell tax will be applied to the ARK sold for the bond pairing. Again, this is about added sustainability. These are great changes. Number 3, to avoid the buy-sell taxes, participants can deposit equal values of BUSD and ARK from their wallet into the foundation. Now, the 10% deposit tax will be applied to the BUSD and ARK value being deposited. Number 4, when bond is withdrawn from the foundation, the ARK component will be sent to the participant's vault account as a deposit. This is cool. It's like a little DCA. The BUSD component will be sent to the participant's wallet minus the 10% withdrawal tax. So basically, we'll split it in half. You'll get a DCA to your vault, which will be, boom, almost sending your vault into nitro mode, I guess, depending on the amount of bond that you have. And then you can take your profit back in BUSD. The 10% withdrawal tax is taken out on the total value of the bond being withdrawn. Number 5, in case where the participant's vault account has reached the max deposit limit of 4,000 ARK, the ARK component is not added to their vault account and is virtually burned. So this is good for sustainability and adding ARK back to the vault. However, I guess if you are close to that limit, you kind of want to monitor and see what you're doing with your account. So with these new enhancements, ARK buy and sell taxes are no longer avoided, and 0 ARK is sold when a withdrawal is performed. I think that's the key right there, right? 0 ARK is sold when a withdrawal is performed. Awesome. These changes will prevent stress on the ILC and price depreciation during a bank run scenario. I repeat, the changes will prevent stress on the ILC and price depreciation during a bank run scenario. Awesome. All right, let's talk about the legacy savings account. Now, before I do that, I want to go back to my 5 little duck strategy. A lot of you are familiar with it. I really like the idea of a DeFi savings account. I still love that idea. One of the huge things for me, which really sold me on it, was being Spark eligible. Now with legacy NFTs, you're also Spark eligible. So when we go over some of the, I guess, benefits of the legacy savings account, you're going to see what really tipped the scale for me transitioning from the 5 little ducks from Foundation over into the legacy savings account. The other thing which we really need to consider is that the Foundation's great, that legacy savings is fantastic. But when you look at the roadmap, and especially now since we have ArkNet added on top of all the utilities that are coming, you really have to start considering the possible revenue that can be generated. Now, I know the team doesn't want to throw around numbers, and it's very, very hard to even pick a ballpark figure because there's so many utilities that are coming. But if you start to look at the utilities, you start to look at the use cases for ArkNet, you look at the 1.4 billion on-banked people in the world, you look at where we're going with privacy, with security, you look at the market share that there already is in the VPN industry and where it's going. What is it? I think we're 40 billion now. We're looking at 130, 135 by 2030. It is a growing industry and there's massive need. Not only that, it seems like every single day another exchange pulls out of another country. We're seeing limited options. So there's just so much potential and so many use cases that depending on what takes off and how quick it grows, you could see a huge, huge revenue share coming in if you own a legacy NFT. And not only that, which people keep forgetting, 33% of that is also going to go into the ILC, right? It's going to start stabilizing the price. So every time you think about ARK, don't just think about the price. Don't just think about the ARK vault. Think about what's coming and think about everything. So because of kind of what I just said, that's why I'm transitioning my 5 little ducks to my 5 little LSAs. Now my goal really is to get 250 in each one of those accounts right away. And then once I get that 250 threshold, so I'm qualified for Spark, I'm going to start focusing on one account at a time. Now what I'm doing in my strategy is I'm taking my ARK that I'm bringing in from my accounts, and all that ARK is being sent to whatever account I'm trying to build up. So right now, my first one, I'm almost at 250. The ARK from my main account's being sent there. I'm eating that 10% tax because it's worth it to me because I want that 250 limit. I'm not selling my ARK at this price, but I will contribute it to the legacy savings account because I believe in the future there's huge, huge value there. So that is my strategy. Once I get to 250, I'll move to the next one to get all 5 at that 250 threshold, and then I'll start building up the first one all the way till I hit that 1,000. Now, I do have a silver NFT in my main account. For me, in my personal strategy, I don't want to go gold. I want multiple silvers, and that's how I want it across my accounts. So let's take a quick look at the LSA and what it's all about. So again, we already basically know we can contribute bond, BUSD, we can put in the ARK tokens. There's no taxes on our ARK tokens, which is fantastic. The ARK tokens are deposited, swapped for a BUSD value, 0 sales tax, okay? Deposited ARK tokens are then sent to the vault. Again, we get a virtual burn mechanic here. Love it. The bond deposits are subject to the standard 10% withdrawal fee. So when you take it out of the foundation, you get hit with that 10%, but as you put that bond into the LSA, there's no taxes there. The BUSD account balance cannot increase unless additional deposits are made. Okay, that makes sense. There's no yield. To me, it's a fantastic value with yield or not, because I want that NFT. I'll gladly put my ARK in there, and I'll contribute the rest in BUSD. And again, here's the kicker, right? You hit $250 in BUSD value reach, then boom, you qualify for Spark. Awesome. And you get that referral reward level. Once you hit 500, 2 referral reward levels. You hit that 1,000, you get that silver NFT and the benefits of the silver NFT. Then obviously the same is true if you already have the silver, you're working your way up to the gold, you can contribute the same way. This is just, to me, another fantastic thing that's offered to the investors. It just keeps coming, keeps coming. Here's a little chart on your referral stacking, which you can take a look at. For me, I'm not overly obsessed with the referral stacking. To me, I just want as many legacy NFTs as I want. Remember, there's a finite amount, and once they're gone, they're gone. So to me, I'm taking this opportunity to snag as many of these bad boys as I can. And I just want you to kind of think outside of the box. And again, we don't know where this is going to go. This is all hypothetical. But when you think about the utilities that are coming and the use cases, just think about your time in the DeFi space and some of these utilities that you would use or other people that you know are already using or have a need for. And the need is tremendous, and it's across multiple products, right? Actually, you know what? Let's just take a look, and we'll take a look at the roadmap. So look, the fiat on-ramp, huge, huge need. Not only that, when we do these Zoom calls and we're advertising or we're promoting ARK, I mean, we're going to do the learning part, right? We're teaching first, right? Because investor first. We're teaching these folks about DeFi, we're teaching them about crypto, and then we want to onboard them. So a lot of them aren't going to have onboarding solutions. Well, guess what? They can utilize our onboarding solution. So it's a win-win. You bring in fresh money, you bring in investors to the system, you reach outside that DeFi space, you tap that 1.4 billion on-banked adults, and then when you bring them in, hey, why don't you use our fiat on-ramp, right? So it's genius, right? Not only that, there's millions of other people in the space that could use the fiat on-ramp. Let's say we have that 4%. I know that 4% number has been thrown around, 4% fee. Just think about the number of people coming in, the amount of money they're going to spend, and then multiply that by 4% and just start looking at some of those numbers and just kind of ballpark figure where some of this revenue can be, and it gets pretty ridiculous pretty quick. Virtual prepaid debit card. Again, this is the thing that I think I'm most excited about. And then the alpha just came out recently that we actually could get the physical card, right? You can get that physical card, the one-time card, sent to your house. When it's gone, it's gone. I mean, just so much value and utility here. Now, someone threw around the idea of calling it the burner card. I hope that we do, because I can promote the crap out of a burner card, and I can just think of so many scenarios like, hey man, where's that money I owe you? You know what, bro? I'll throw it on a burner card and send it in the mail. All right, dude. Or hey, you know what? I missed my dad's birthday, or whatever. Hey, you know what? Throw him a burner card in the mail. Just promoting that idea on top of the virtual prepaid debit card, I think that's going to be awesome. And think about it. Alice is always talking about going to Walgreens and you got to pick up your prepaid card. You don't even need to go to Walgreens. There's so many people in this space that would use this that do not have to be in ARK. Again, the use cases here are just tremendous. The physical debit card, obviously we know that that's going to be important going forward. The decentralized VPN, super important. I mean, I personally, I have Nord. I've had Nord for years. I know what I pay. I think I just paid $150, $160 plus tax to renew for a year. And then again, the market share, if we can just get a small portion of that market share, and especially having a decentralized VPN, people are going to want to use that over a normal VPN, and they'll pay a premium for that. Again, huge revenue source there. Polygon migration, and then ArkNet. I mean, what more can you say? I mean, all the stuff with the zero knowledge proofs. I mean, we've talked about it. We've seen video after video. It's going to be fantastic. You're going to get some of that TVL from Ethereum coming over there. You're going to get the name brandage with the stuff that Polygon's associated with Disney and all these other major companies. There's just so many win-wins there. And then when we create our own chain, I'm sure that we're going to get other protocols. They're going to want to come. They're going to want to join. You're going to have the decentralized storage, the password management, and all of that stuff, right? We're going to be using the ArkNet token for that. And that revenue is going to be shared back, again, with ARK, with 33% to the ILC, 33% to the legacy NFT holders, and then 33% back to the treasury. So what can we do? We can create more revenue, improve on our revenue. This is just awesome. And then ultimately with the crypto banking. And another thing really to consider, the LSA is going to get folks that maybe weren't thinking about the legacy NFT into the legacy NFT. And especially the way that it's designed, right? Knowing that once they get that $250 in there, they get that referral level and they can get that Spark reward, and then they keep contributing money. Well, we know that 80% of those funds are going to be pushed towards investing into ArkFi, right? And the more NFTs that are sold, the more money is going into that fund, the more that we can use it forward to bring back external revenue. So it's a win-win-win scenario. So when you consider that more and more of these NFTs are going to be sold and they're going to go quicker, that means the opportunity for you is going to be a smaller window, right? So that's why another reason why I'm going to transition over, and I want to grab as many of these bad boys as I can, because long term, again, look at all these fantastic things on the roadmap as we start to release these utilities. I mean, it's a well-oiled machine. Everything is purposely created for a reason. The mobile app, right, for the onboarding, and then the on-ramp that falls in line with the mobile app. It's just strategically is fantastic. And when this starts to rumble and it starts to move and that revenue comes in, you're not going to think, oh man, I shouldn't have bought an NFT. You're going to think, I should have bought more NFTs. I should have bought the larger NFT. And once they're gone, you're not going to have that opportunity. So I'm going to jump on that. I'm going to take advantage of it now. And I'll say this, and I don't mean to make light of the price, because I think that anytime you have a price drop, people don't like to see, I don't like to see it either. But when that revenue, that 32% revenue starts coming back in and it starts feeding in the ILC, it's going to make it easier to stabilize the price and to get growth in that price. Not that we wanted a lower price, but once we start bringing in that 33% revenue, it's not going to take as much to bring that bad boy back up, right? It's not going to take as much to stabilize it. And then when you add in those Zoom calls and then that new flow of folks coming in, that 1.4 billion on-banked adults, when we start bringing them in and we just start exponentially growing, that price is going to take care of itself. So for me, I'm not overly worried about it. I'm taking my ARK daily rewards every day, and I'm focusing right on these LSAs, and that's where my ARK is going. That's where my extra BUSD is going. And like I said, at the end of the day, I will have my 5 little LSAs, or at least my 5 silver NFTs, which I can add to my main account, which will give me 6, and that's where I'm going, and I might even go more. I don't know. This LSA feature really has me pumped. So, all right, here we are with my first 5 little LSA. You can see I've already contributed $226 of value towards my 1,000 BUSD, and we'll do my daily contribution. So let's start with some ARK. I brought over about 24.5 ARK. Let's go to max. Let's deposit. See, my ledger is connected. And here comes my ARK. Boom. All right, I'm up to 256, so I've already hit my first threshold, right? Spark eligible come Wednesday once the contract's hit. Can't wait. Let's get this out of the way. All right, perfect. Let's jump over to my BUSD. I've got 30.53. Let's throw her in there. Sign it on my ledger. Awesome. Well, we're not awaiting. It already went through. So, boom. I now qualify for Spark come Wednesday when the contracts launch. I'm up to 286 on my first of the 5 little LSAs. I can't wait. I'm Jay Vanquish, and this is how I play the Ark. Ark for the win.
This summer, one man will send his grandmother a prepaid debit card without going to Walgreens. That's right. This summer, he will use his crypto and he will deploy it into a burner. This summer, coming to a theater near you, the burner card.
Oh my God. Wow. Drop the mic, ladies and gentlemen. Jashawn has spoken, dropped. Man, I think this is my favorite video. I'm like, wow. You saw the end with the fire, the burner card, the voice. Man.
That was amazing.
Dude. Man, I think me and Brett can go on vacation to Disney with the families. And no, Jashawn is holding it down, spreading the message, smart money, logic, and just pure understanding from a positive point of view. It's not hype. It's just so clear and transparent. The man gets it and he conveys it in a way that is so freaking powerful. Man. Wow.
Calm, cool, and collected was in the dictionary. It would be a picture of Jashawn's face.
Man, my blood is got the arc going and pumping through it. My heart's going so fast, so pumped up from that. Thank you so much, Jashawn. Anyone else have a comment? I mean, this guy just always just over delivers, man. Over delivers. If you could bottle this stuff, man, it'd be just amazing.
The intro.
I was just gonna say
This summer.
Absolutely bullish, man. You got me pumped right up. That was a really good video. Good job, Jashawn. That was really good. I really enjoyed that, and it was like my second time watching it. But yeah, that's what you guys are really nailing it down, man. I like how everything's been going lately. I feel like we're really turning a corner now, and we got a lot of good stuff coming up, and we just got to stay strong, through these times. And I think as a community and as a project, like I love it that you guys just keep, staying the course. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of FUD out there right now, but it's all good over here. We just got to keep staying the course. I guarantee we'll be getting people back in. We just got to start spreading the word. Everybody's got to put the brick in, put in a little bit of work, and try to go out there and, try to just start with getting one person. If everyone could get one person in, like that would really save the day, So we're all going to put our best foot forward from here on out. So thank you guys.
Thank you, man. I personally wish we could force everyone to watch that video like we did in the D app when we did the announcement, and you couldn't go to your D app unless you clicked on the link. I mean, that would be pretty extreme. But I mean, what a great way to spread the message and convey the opportunity. Man, sorry, I'm getting all fanboy here, but it is that good. Anyone else?
I just want to say he's just got the right mindset. I was looking at somebody sent me a DM like, how do we right the ship? We're going down, and the price and blah blah. And I said, well, hey, send me a quick screenshot of your vault. They had less than 1% MPP on their gauge. And I'm like, you're just at the beginning of your long trip. So, a little perspective, and I think goes a long way right now. Most wallets are probably below 3% MPP, and which means, we've got years to come. And so, as these cycles play out and we continue to build and we continue to push out new utilities and support the ILC and the NFT holders, there's just, we're at such an early stage. Of course, there are some people that, were able to put in a lot of money in the beginning, and they, went quite a bit faster. But I think we'll be able to see some of those younger wallets play out and enjoy a lot of different price ranges over their life cycle. And I think that's what people have to understand. We're very, very early, and most people are just starting to chip away at the iceberg,
Hey guys.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
So just a thought with the dashboard and knowing that you're able to reach every investor with a message like the foundation update. Um, Having something like the sweep widget, a mini sweep widget that had that task to, you can earn 5 ARC or earn something for watching a video or doing something integrated right into the dashboard. I would put that in front of everybody instead of the 40 to 100 or 200 people that are in the Telegram for the voice chats. And it would give people an opportunity to get more, whatever, ARC or BUSD.
But so optional. Trying to wrap my brain around that, how that will work, and how we.
Yeah, so you can click on the foundation update if you had that video, for example, as one of the as a task. You want to earn some ARC in your vault. Watch this video, and then that would spread awareness, and it would put it in front of every investor instead of just a limited amount of people that actually get in the voice chat.
Correct. Is there a way to track that, Mistletoe, with the sweep widget? Would they have to enroll there, and that way we would have a separate sweep widget to know who participated and watched the video?
I mean, we'd have in this, yeah, that it would be, you'd have to be like kind of a system. Like some projects have it, like they have like it's almost like a bounty board or like a task board, and it's just ways to, engage with other things. It'd be tough with the sweep widget. I know what he's talking about. It'd be a cool idea to somehow implement or even take that $50 to $100 prize every day and somehow distribute it to everyone that goes and watches the video that day or something like that. But I don't think we can do it in Sweep Widget.
The contest actually could be put in that notifications thing though on the dashboard.
Yeah.
True.
Because the sweep widget will tell us if they did watch the video or not.
Yeah.
So it will track it because we don't want to give somebody something for nothing, right? We want to make sure that they engage. So maybe like Chris is saying, an integration, putting that in the when you log into the DApp page, say, hey, if you participate, you qualify to win. Check out this stuff. It's just the extra step of going and using the sweep widget, but hey, it's our only way to really track it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it'd make it easier, like if the link to the sweep widget was right there in the notification when they're going to do their compounding, they'll see it, they can click on it. It'll just reach more people than it does just posting it in the channel, which is what I think it's getting at with the whole thing.
Two-thirds of the investors probably don't know about the sweep widget contest,
True. Yeah, that'd be great. And, one of the plans is to start putting these videos, on the YouTube channel. We already have 196 of our podcasts loaded. So we want to start adding this content from our creators too. So that'd be a really good way to push people to come and also join to the main YouTube so we can get some traction there as well as we go out to do these AMAs and we talk to venture capitalists. They're going to look through our socials. They're going to look through to our YouTube and see the content there. So we'll go ahead and see how we can integrate this quickly, because I think if a lot of folks were able to watch this video, they would have some fresh eyes and just a new perspective, which is what we have here, but so many of the other folks just don't have, which is sad. So we need to cross that bridge and find a way to connect with them and incentivize them to watch it. Let's go. Amazing, Sean. Thank you so much, man. Always bring it. Go ahead, Chris.
Oh no, it was just me. I was just gonna say I appreciate it. It was really fun to make that video, and I can't wait for the utilities to come out, because I think there's just a huge opportunity for creators, to make an onslaught of these shorter, more succinct videos, but really promoting the utilities. And I think that they'll catch on like wildfire. And like we know here, we don't need to be an ARK investor to use the utilities, which I think is awesome. But as more people use the utilities and get exposed to ARK, we'll get more investors as well. So I can't wait for the utilities to come out and the opportunity to start promoting them. and doing fun things with the video content, like I did at the end there. And I think it's going to be awesome.
Absolutely. Man, you're really getting good. The flames with the air card, man, you just killed it. How did you get the file? Did you ask somebody here in the staff to get that image of the air card?
I went through all the old AMAs, and then I found the image, and then I just cut it out with a snipping tool.
You could have just asked us. We could have sent it to you, man. But yeah, we're here to help you in anything, and also everyone else here that's doing content. But I mean, talk about going out of your way and producing quality. You just really make us proud, man. Thank you. Wow. That's what it's about. I mean, that's how we were able to achieve and maintain success for so long. It's this community, the fire and the commitment to this project and understanding why it's different and why it's special. So yeah, we need to continue on that, and we're not ignoring the past. We've fixed what we've been able to identify, and we're just forward looking and doing everything we can and what we have to do, and we will succeed. So thank you so much, and let's go ahead and do the wheel of the toad. Let's go.
Oh yeah, everyone's favorite time. No, I'm just kidding. I think Sparky is probably everyone's favorite time. But for anyone that doesn't know what is going on here, this is the daily all aboard giveaway, the wheel of the toad, as they like to call it. Every day we give away $50 to $100 worth of BUSD. It's all based on how many people join. So if we have over 50 people in the podcast, we will boost it up to 100. But today we are under 50, so it will be 50 BUSD. But that's still all good. To join, all you'll have to do every single day after the podcast, we post a new sweep widget link. It's posted in the main chat, pinned in the announcements channel in the contest and giveaway topic. It's very easy to find. If you ever can't find it, just ask one of the mods and they'll post it for you. Every day we do this, all you have to do is click on that new sweep widget link, go follow all the task lists. It's going to range from liking and commenting some YouTube videos, clapping up some Medium articles, retweeting some Twitter links. And once you do all of those, your name is going to pop up on this lovely wheel right here. And if we land on your lucky name, you will win $50 to $100 worth of BUSD. It's just that simple. We do this every day. Do be sure to get involved. It only takes a couple minutes of your time. If you're on the manual allocation, just do it while you're allocating and get it over with. It really helps all the content creators here on board push the algorithm, and for Ark as well. So do be sure to get involved. Even if you don't win, it really helps everyone succeed and raises the tide for everyone.
Yes, sir. And on the count of three, let's let it rip. 3, 2, 1.
Congratulations, Depth Dubs. You've won $50 worth of BUSD. And that is a first-time winner, I believe.
Sure looks that way. I recognize that name. What's the participation like today?
Today was just under 50. I think it was 48. So we're getting slim. Right. So we got to come up with some more creative ways to definitely push that out there to the people. We got to know about it. Yeah,
well, let's see. What will be the ideas we just discussed of putting that on the homepage, the link to the sweep widget. All right. Let's go ahead, folks, and unleash the Sparky. It is that fantastic time. And, it is official, folks. We are at $1 right now. Very nice, even number.
I'm literally buying Ark right now.
Let's go. This is it. Bring it, Brandon. Dry powder time, folks. This is our place to hold. We got to fight for every buy. We got to stabilize this first before we can go up. But the sell volume is low. I mean, we've done magic here, folks, to take those tokens off. By the way, we also have Started today the ArkNet pre-seed Telegram group. We're getting the bots and security all set up in there. So for those of you folks that are pre-seed investors, you're going to be able to get together and over in ArkNet. So that's going to be pretty exciting. And we'll be able to share updates and everything here, not to clog up everything on ArkFi. So we're going to have so much happening here as everything is developing as we speak. Work done today. Also yesterday, interconnecting with the bank. Don't want to say too much. I don't want to get people thinking it's going to happen any second. It could, but it's better to have it all wrapped up and ready to go. We're very, very close on both sides. So, folks, can you see my screen, Mistletoe? Or Coach Rad?
I can see your screen.
We have in there.
All right, guys. All right, let's go ahead and unleash the beast that is a Sparky. Make sure to call it out.
Yeah, Sparky.
Here, Sparky, Sparky, Sparky.
Sparky. Sparky.
Let's get this crypto.
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 Buying art now.
All right, we're having a little bit of a gas issue. Let me try it one more time, folks. Thank you for your patience. Boy, the chain is hungry. It wants more gas.
To be fair, B&B is worth less today.
All right, let me check and see here what happened. We did get the transaction going through, but we didn't get a winner. Let me just confirm that, folks. Mr. Z, can you go ahead and do the DeFi sessions while I go ahead and make sure that the transaction that did execute indeed did not find a winning wallet, and I'll run it again.
All right, sure.
Thanks, brother.
Welcome, guys. Hello. It's a nice Thursday. Hope everyone's having a great end of week. Just give me 1 second while I share my screen. Yeah, I think I'm sharing my screen now. So if I'm not, just let me know. Yeah, it's been a turbulent 3 to 4 days of price action. If we look at BTC, we've had the SEC sort of been busy with a bunch of you can say alleged suits against Binance, and then followed up with Coinbase. And from price action, we can see that we after dipping down to 25K. So this was when the lawsuit happened, right? So when the warrants were sent out, this is the dip the market took. But then since then, we've swung back to the 27K region, and we're currently trading at 26,630. So that's the current range, I feel. I still feel we have to go lower. I wonder which black swan event takes us there. Is it the elections? Is it something to do with crypto? But the next sort of, you can say, range is, I think, still here at 24 to 22K. So we'll see if that gets filled up. But for now, I think we're holding sideways for now. And let's get into some news here. So just give me 1 second. So one thing to keep a notice of is the SEC's crypto actions surged 183% in 6 months after the FTX collapse. The regulator stepped up enforcement action in the crypto space following the revelations around FTX. So since the FTX, we used to have a couple of, you can say, SEC informants. In 2023, we reached a total number of 17 in a single year. So the cryptocurrency-related enforcement action undertaken by the United States securities regulator significantly increased in the 6 months following bankruptcy of cryptocurrency exchange FTX. An analysis of press release from the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission and news reports on its actions found that in the 6 months preceding FTX collapse, the SEC undertook approximately 6 enforcement actions, 2 every year. In the 6 months after FTX bankruptcy on November the 11th, 2022, the SEC's crypto-related enforcement action jumped to at least 17. So we went from like 2 cases a year to 17 cases, an estimated increase of 183% from the preceding period. So that's the stats thus far. So the analysis doesn't count. Thus far. So you can add 19 to that with Coinbase and Binance's suits. The increased action, including the recent ones taken against the 2 exchanges, led to some observers suggesting the SEC is attempting to redeem itself for failing to police FTX. This is the sort of viewpoint currently, according to Hill. So Hill claimed that instead of Gensler overseeing FTX, the SEC head was instead out bashing Kim Kardashian because she promoted crypto on some Super Bowl ad. Gensler opened up this year in 2023 with all these enforcement actions. I think it looks like that to me. So they're saying he's covering himself from like all the sort of debacles the SEC have had with FTX. So that's one thing. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse echoed the sentiment, claiming in a June 6 tweet that the SEC is throwing lawsuits at the wall and hoping they distract from the agency's FTX debacle. So that's the scenario currently with this is what I want to see. Like once something like this happens, like the Coinbase and Binance debacle happened, with the SEC sort of suits. I wanted to hear the viewpoints of other influential folks in crypto. So we've heard Hoskinson sort of talk about the Orwellian way that the SEC are doing and how this sort of backs their CBDC analogy. And after looking at the increase of lawsuits and stuff, the guy from Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, their CEO, mentions that it is a possibility that they're trying to cover up their tracks from their investigation into FTX. So these are some speculatory reasons why we see an increase. Another viewpoint that I wanted to look into was this 1 by 1 inch. So 1 inch, as we know, is a aggregator sort of DApp on DeFi. It's it's interoperable. It's available on all exchanges. So this is what the 1 inch co-founder had to say about this. It's pretty interesting. He goes, SEC is killing innovation in the United States. The United States-based Web3 company and cryptocurrency exchange could be pushed offshore following enforcement actions against Coinbase and Binance US. The United States could risk an exodus of major Web3 and cryptocurrency services providers as the Securities Exchange Commissions take action against Coinbase and Binance. Sergey Kunz, a co-founder of decentralized finance protocol 1inch, believes the SEC's enforcement actions against the two centralized exchanges could have a negative effect on the growth of Web3 in the United States. Speaking to Cointelegraph during the May 2020 Money 2020 in Amsterdam, so this is what he had to say. He goes, "I would say the same as Brian Armstrong. It's killing innovation in the United States. All the companies there are thinking of moving to another country." So this is one sort of a viewpoint that the 1inch founder took of sort of how cryptocurrencies are basically acknowledged in the United States. And another sort of viewpoint he took was how it's working in Europe, right? So then Kunz said that whilst MiCA pertains more specifically to centralized exchanges, efforts to create framework for business to offer products and services across the continent have been positive for the wider Web3 ecosystem. He also revealed that countries like Switzerland and the UAE have adopted an open-minded "how can we help" approach, putting them far ahead of the US when it comes to DeFi regulation. He goes, they say, "How can we help you? If you have something that adds value, we can change the framework." So Kunz said a major stumbling block for regulators is understanding how smart contracts and settlements work on blockchain systems. Players like 1inch have been communicating with regulators in the Middle East to adjust regulatory framework about DeFi-related products and services. So this is what he said about the keynotes. He goes, when I do a keynote, I try to explain what is DeFi and Web3, how the settlements on smart contracts is more efficient than centralized settlements. So Kunz added that the events like the collapse of FTX indicate the risk for users of trusting a centralized party to hold their money and assets. So this is what you want to see. You want to see two different viewpoints coming from like influential people in DeFi. So as the 1inch person says here, like on one side you have sort of the litigation that the SEC are taking and sort of destroying innovation. And then on the other side, you have things like MiCA and like countries like Switzerland and the United Arab Emirates that in fact use the term of how can we help and what can we do to change the framework to suit decentralized finance. So that's the two viewpoints cryptocurrencies currently find them in sales. Let me see if I have one more article for you guys. Just give me 1 second. I've got just one more. And this is related to what's going on right now in the sort of debacle. The next thing we have to see is what Circle are doing. So Circle CEO says regulate us as company hires an ex-regulator. So what Circle have done this week is pretty interesting. After the sort of suits that we've seen, Circle went on and hired a former CFTC regulator. So meanwhile, on-chain data shows that 15,000 wallets completely sold their USDC within a few hours. Windows Thursday. So this is showing you the aftermath of what happened last Thursday. After last Thursday, according to Glassnodes, a bunch of USDC was sold and swapped hands, and it was quite an enormous amount. So yeah, a spokesman for Circle told Decrypt this, right? To collaborate on a range of complex global regulatory and policymakers with government entitled in jurisdictions in areas like corporate governance, complex mergers and acquisition deals, and regulatory negotiation. Comprehensive payment stablecoin legislation will help restore confidence in both the US dollar and the dollar digital assets. Circle has long advocated for regulation that would insulate our base layers of internet money and payment systems from fractional reserves banking risks. So yeah, this is the sort of, you can say, tail that the USDC founders are taking. So they've hired a CFTC sort of regulator onto their legal sort of side, and they're looking to be regulated. So the opposite of what most projects are asking. So because most importantly, he deeply aligns with our company's mission. So he's talking about the new hire from the CFTC. With our company mission and values, shows exceptional integrity and purpose in his work, and can be a meaningful contributor to drive the kind of change we hope to see in the global economic system. So that's the viewpoints of what's happening in DeFi right now. Like, we're seeing some folks take a more you can say advocate role and sort of showing you the differences of how the pond works in the US and how that differs from like Switzerland and UAE. And then you have folks like the CEO of Circle hiring a CFTC regulator to understand the mindset of the CFTC and the SEC. So these are important things that are taking place in DeFi. Tomorrow, I'll talk a little bit about Optimism and how they're using Ethereum to run their sort of mainnet. It's a pretty interesting insight. So I'm going to post this link into DeFi links, and we'll talk more about it tomorrow and work on layer 2s there. That concludes my DeFi session.
All right. Great one, Mr. Z. And let's go ahead. It did actually go through. Nita, we're going to leave questions for after the recording. We want to keep this short, so we'd be happy to hear from you then. So let's go ahead and do an update here. One quick moment, folks. We want to be very clear and hold on. Show the winner. It did actually go through. It was just a front end that we used for doing the Spark that actually was not showing it. But we have our winner, and let's go ahead and announce them. Bear with me a second as we pull up the right screen. There it is.
We don't see the screen there, Alice.
Yeah, I was just putting it on right now.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, so the winner of the Spark, their wallet ends in EC7D, and they've won 632.67 ARK. Straight into the Nitro mode. Man, chart is pumping, folks. Pumping really, really hard. Look at that. Brandon wasn't playing. He's bringing the heat. He's bringing the dry powder to the table. So there we go. Listen, that's the spirit, guys. Thank you so much. And this is the time. This is the time, folks, to go ahead and rally. Look at those
that
buys
$1
keep coming
price
in.
didn't last. That $1 price. I got one or two buys there, but the other tranches I paid 101 and 102. But
let's go.
A little bit.
Big moves. Big moves.
$1, Brandon.
Very, very bullish. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. And thank you for everyone else that's also, seizing the opportunity. I think this is our floor. And we're going to do everything in our power to make sure that that is a fact. So thank you, folks, for coming today. Very busy day. We still have work to get back to. We had to drop something and leave it halfway done to come here to do the podcast, which is so important. We want to thank everyone that's listening to the podcast at a later time. Thank you for your participation. We hope you found it fun, entertaining, and that you're getting the message. This is it, folks. Rally. We can't drag our feet. We have to fight for a price. We cannot let this go below $1, guys. We don't want that to happen. This is our opportunity. This is our turn. I know that a lot of folks have been waiting to hear from us. We've solved the issues. Everything's working perfectly. LSA is just on a tear. Now it's time to focus on the foundation, to focus also on bringing the buys into the vault. And hey, we weathered the storm. So this is where we take action, and we thank you all. Also, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and stay tuned for more updates as we're so close, guys. We're working every day endlessly, understanding that the banks have their process, but it's at that point, integration's happening and we're getting pings back and everything's looking amazing and fantastic. So we're confident, but we need to transcend and convey that to everybody here. We're looking for ways to do that. The Jashawn video was absolutely amazing. It's a must watch. If you haven't seen it, share it with your friends, share it with your syndicate, push it. That is really the spirit. I mean, he's really like the heart and soul of this project in conveying and communicating the big picture, and he does it with style. So guys, we'll be back tomorrow, same time, 4 p.m. EST, 8 p.m. UTC. Please take care of each other, take care of yourselves. We're going to stay for a very quick Q&A after the recording. Thank you.